Hi guys. Let me know if you guys can hear me. How are you guys doing? I see Jennifer Ocean Homestead is here. Yes, definitely hit the like button and share this on your community tab. Hi Lori, how are you? Heather with Milk and Honey Heritage Farms, how are you? What are you guys up to today? I am going to be making a chicken Caesar salad for dinner. So it's going to be a healthy dinner. I'm trying to get myself back on track. However, I'm going to get derailed a little bit tomorrow because I'm making my husband a lasagna for Father's Day. And on Sunday, we're going to eat with daughter, the one with the baby. So we're going to go over there and eat for Father's Day. And then on the noon meal, we'll be eating with the church. So busy weekend. And hubby's been working Saturdays, so I've been wanting him to help me on my building project, but he's been working, so I'm going to need a little help just getting everything together and maybe getting everything kind of like cut and stuff like that. So yeah, I'm not quite prepared to do it myself, especially being here by myself. I at least need him to be around in case I have a question or need help with something. Building is not exactly my area of expertise. So anyway, so I've been just working on things in the house. I did a video today that I've been trying to get done for a couple of days, but I don't usually do this, but I actually wrote out what I was going to say in the video because I wanted to, say certain points in the video. So I actually wrote some stuff down to follow so I would get through everything. And it was only like a 5-minute video, but I wanted to make sure I said everything I needed to say in the video. So I wrote some stuff down to kind of get the key points, not like word for word, but just like be sure to say this and this and this. And then at the end of it, I listened to the whole thing and checked everything off because I thought if I missed something, I can always, film another little piece and splice it in there, which I didn't used to be able to do that. Used to be I could only edit if I made a mistake at the beginning or at the end. I couldn't edit middle. But now I can actually split it and splice that little piece out. Like if I sneeze or whatever possible mistake you could make. But probably the most crazy mistake I've ever made is I was making a squash casserole in a video one time. And so Lisa from Yogi Hollow Farm was watching the video at work. She was working, but she had it playing over on her desk or something. But she wasn't watching it, but she was listening to it. And she said, you were cooking something and all of a sudden you just break out laughing like crazy. And what it was is I went to I had already shredded the squash, and I went to put the squash into the pan. And when I did, it made this weird plop noise, which hit me funny. And I just could not stop laughing. And even when I tried to keep talking, I would keep laughing. And so she was just like, I don't know what happened. You were cooking and all of a sudden you're bursting out. And then she said, then I had to look and see what you were laughing so hysterically about. But yeah, it was just that plop noise. That's all it took to send me into hysterics. But I did that the other day. Something hit me funny and I just could not stop laughing. And my husband was looking at me like, you are a crazy person. He really was looking at me like that, but I was like, oh, well, I was feeling a little bit tired today, so I made myself a little iced coffee thing. So, fairly healthy version. I use some of that pure stevia sweetener in it, and coffee, a little bit of cream, a little bit of the healthier style of milk, and some cocoa, some vanilla, cold coffee. and a couple of ice cubes. If you put too many ice cubes, it has too much foam in it. It's hard to drink. So I only put 2 this time so it would be more drinkable. But I managed to drink some of it before this started. I was just trying to get a little pep. But yeah, tomorrow I'm making lasagna for early Father's Day since we're eating with daughter on Sunday. And then Sunday we'll be eating at the church. So I'm going to make a icebox cheesecake, not the kind that you cook, but the kind that's cold. It stays cold. It's a cold cheesecake, which I know a lot of people up north, they like bake their cheesecake in the oven. But this is more of a icebox cold cheesecake. So I'll be making that up tomorrow and putting it in the freezer until Sunday morning. So that, and then I'll be making up, I don't know. Yeah. And then Sunday, well, yeah, tomorrow evening I'll be making lasagna. So I might make that. Sometimes I'll make up a dish and I'll have everything ready, and then I'll just put it in the bottom shelf of the refrigerator. And then when it's time to cook it, I just pull it out and put it in the oven and cook it. I do that with enchiladas a lot, but you could do that with lasagna as well. Anyway, I'm not really seeing all the comments. Are you guys there? If you're there, put a 1 in the chat. All of a sudden, the comments kind of like stopped. So that made me wonder, like, what's going on? Okay. Okay, that started showing up. That's so weird. So incredibly weird. They were gone, and then as soon as I said that, boom, there all the comments were. Very strange. Hello, Jaden. Hello, Beth, BNS Odyssey. Happy Father's Day, all fathers. Fill the flower containers. Collect a calendula seed. Oh, I've been collecting. Let me show you real quick. Let me show you what I've been doing. I have a whole bowl of 4 o'clock seeds. I made these last year. I actually wrote the words pink 4 o'clocks. And last year I did these in 10s. This year I did them in 20. So these are all all these with 20 each. So I'll probably end up collecting over 500 seeds by the end of the year. And if I don't collect them all, they fall down and make more for next year. So, a lot of people actually kind of hate that, but Jan has some interesting guests on tonight. They're going to be talking about a co-op. It was something that went on at the meetup. But I was not staying over there at the cabins. So whatever this is, I missed it. So if you go to her live tonight, you'll get to hear about it. I don't know if it has anything to do with gardening or not. I totally missed it. Whatever it is, I missed it. I don't have any idea what it's about, but I'm going to go, or I'll be making dinner. So I'll listen to her talk about it and I'll get to learn along with you guys. So she does have an interesting guest or two on tonight. Oh, you're in the ads. Thank you, Jamie. So I did something today that I haven't done in 5 years. I made a video talking about members benefits. So I made a video to talk about members benefits today. And I've listed some new ones. That video will come out next week. And I've been sending out thank you cards and occasionally seeds. And if I have like a new channel sticker or something, I'll send it out to the members first. I also try to send them Christmas cards and things like that. So I've added a few new members benefits, and that will be on the video that comes out. Yeah, it's so weird. The comments weren't there, and all of a sudden they showed up. Listening while eating dinner, neighbors talking to me about his side-by-side trailer, and get the neighbor's rototiller so I can get the garden finally. Oh, I hope you get all that done. That would be awesome, Jennifer. I'd be glad to see that. Tag me on that video so I can check it out when you get all that going on. The wild huckleberry, welcome in. So anyway, that will be groundbreaking. Hope you film. So exciting. I'm pretty sure she's talking to Jennifer there. So Jennifer, if you didn't see this comment from Heather, I'm pretty sure that's for you. All 8 of the pink 4 o'clock seeds you sent me last year and half ago, I germinated them all, are thriving. Good. Good, good, good. Did you collect your seeds so you would have more? Hopefully you did, but they put out a ton of seeds. This year, though, some of the seeds I put out this year could actually have purple as well. I went ahead and still wrote pink 4 o'clock because I only had a tiny bit of another color. So I didn't advertise that because I don't know which ones have that color. I won't even know for myself because once the flowers stop dying and you're collecting the seed, you can't tell, what color they are because, the flowers start dying and then the seeds put out their seed. So yeah, it's complicated. Robbie and Sonia, that must be the wild huckleberry. I call them yellow clock since they were originally from Jan. Well, Jan actually, as far as I'm concerned, Jan actually started the whole 4 o'clock craze. But once you get the 4 o'clocks established, you'll have piles and piles of seed yourself to be given away. Because if you don't collect them, they're going to fall down and come back massively, which I do let some of them do that. And as a matter of fact, as I'm cutting down the stems, some of them still have the seed. I actually am putting them where I want to establish those next year. There's a ton of bees on those, so they're great for pollinating your vegetables. And I'm actually establishing a new area for flowers. I'm going to have sunflowers, 4 o'clocks, zinnias, and marigolds. And it's going to be kind of a wild section. I'm not going to spend a lot of time weeding and doing all the crazy stuff, but I did line it with some logs. That way hubby knows this is a established flower area. Plus I told him physically. So, if you didn't hear, my cat Miley passed away. We think it was a spider bite, possibly. And so we actually have 4 cats buried there. Princess Leia, Baby, which was my mom's cat that I took on when she moved into a retirement community. Curly Sue, and now Miley. So we actually have 4 girl cats buried there. So this year I decided for next year, and it might even come up this year, I'm starting to establish as I'm pulling out flowers and the seed and stuff, I'm scattering that to be a whole section of flowers in memory of our kitty cats that passed away. So that is what I've done. So some of the I had a bag of soil left, at the end of the year that I didn't use because hubby bought me 4 instead of like 1 or 2. So I poured one of them in a bed that still had a little bit of a log showing just to get it kind of full for next year. But the other one, I used it in that flower bed and I just lined it up with 4 o'clock seeds. And then I've also been throwing out like the dead heads of the some of the sunflowers and stuff. So it should be like a crazy wild sunflower garden next year. Tacos for dinner. Oh, that sounds good. I've been wanting to make tacos. I might do that sometime this weekend. I guess I'll have to maybe wait till Monday to do that because kind of all of our meals are already established for the next couple of days. Hello, Tony with R&W Farmstead. How are you? So that I have that established. I have that new Gorilla Cart. So it's awesome because, oh, I get it. Jail is Jan and Gail put together. I get it. I get it. It took me a second. But yeah, they originally started from Jan, and I'm sure Jan got them from someone. So she'll say they originated from somebody else. But anyway, I forgot what I was saying now. I got distracted. Squirrel. Anyway, so yeah, let's see. They started growing again. Can't save seeds probably till fall. When I save seeds from my last Joa clocks to gift, I'm calling them Jelenifer. That's funny. That's hilarious. I'm guessing mine and Jan's 4 o'clock seeds are all over the YouTube gardening community because every time I go to a meetup, I bring them with me. I didn't quite have them ready for this year. Kathy from Resourceful Living won some, or she had a list of seeds to pick from one of the giveaways. So instead of her just giving her one, I actually gave her 3 packs. And I'm glad I did because she's been having trouble establishing them. So with like 60 seeds, she should be able to get the 4 o'clocks going on somewhere. You know what I'm saying? And it's weird. Different areas, they grow different types of soil. But they grow like weeds for me. But anyway, so yeah, the 4 o'clock seeds are all over YouTube. So if you don't have any and you want some, send me an email. And you have to send it to the new email because the old email, they keep getting full of stuff. And when they get full, they shut down the email. And I try to keep track, but these people ask for your email and then they just spam you with stuff and you can't keep up with getting it all deleted. And I am not paying for invisible storage of my email. Are you people crazy? If I'm going to pay money for something, I want to have something in my hands. I just distaste paying for invisible things. I'm frugal like that. Yeah, I now have pink and just a tiny bit of purple. I'm thinking I got the purple or lighter pink from the IBG seed swap or from Heather, because Heather had sent me some at one point, and the seed swap I think sent me some at one point. So anyway, I got those the pink ones came from Jan for sure. Hey Neil. But the other color, I'm not quite sure who they came from. But yeah, I'm definitely pink 4 o'clock rich. So if that's something you're interested in, you could send it to Gail's Southern Living 2026 at yahoo.com. And I will get those out to you. Hi, Oops. How are you? Yeah. For me, they're really easy to grow. I can grow them in a pot. I can grow them in the ground and grow them in raised beds. For me, they'll grow in anything. They will grow in a, regular size, smaller pot, but I gotta say, the more soil, the taller they get, the bigger they get. So it's kind of like tomatillas. Tomatillas will grow that way, but to really get a full big bush of tomatillas, it's better if they have in ground or a raised bed with access to the ground, which this year, both of mine are in raised beds, but they're in the raised beds where they're actually going into the ground. So they're actually, really they're in the ground, but they're in the ground with that raised bed around them. Huh, Jen doesn't even know where the seeds came from originally. I know I got them from her, and I've given them to a ton. One year at Pinecone Fest, I handed them to everybody at Pinecone Fest. Everybody. I have not really given them out. I think I've also sent them to the IBG Seed Swap. I've sent out a lot of individual ones. This year I didn't have any ready. I did figure out though, if you don't get your seeds dry enough, they will literally mold in their little package. So I actually let mine sit on a plate on the front porch and dry out in the Texas sun for a few days before I package them up. I let them dry out really good to make sure, because if they have moisture, they will start to, and that happened to some of my seeds last year. So I was really super particular about drying them out 2 or 3 days before I packaged them up this time. Hmm. Well, if yours are going well, you'll have a ton of seeds. I send you some. Hmm. But anyway, I got like an old medicine bottle full of them. That's actually my stock. But I need to gather some of these for myself out of this year's, because if I don't, I won't end up with any of those purple ones. But the bad part is I don't know where they're at in here. I may have to just order some. I may just have to order some other colors of Orclix. I really do like them. They're really pretty. You'll post a short tomorrow of them? Yes, I would like to see them. Hi, Butler Family Farm. How are you guys? Jerry and Susan. Ahoy, gal. Oh, yeah. Next week at 6 p.m. Central Standard Time, Jan will be doing her 100K giveaway. And she has quite a few really awesome prizes that were donated for that. So definitely check that out. That will be next Friday, right after me, which I won't even be able to go. I just realized it. Next week is our church game night. So I won't be able to even go to her giveaway, but it will be next Friday at 6 p.m. Central Standard Time. If you guys want to go, or Jan, even if you want to go earlier in my spot, I won't be going next week. I just remembered that every fourth Friday of the month, we'll be doing our church game night, which my husband and I are the ones heading it up. So of course, we have to be there. And that'll be next Friday. So that'll be really fun. So I won't be able to go there, but you guys will still be able to go. Oh, any other varieties? Yeah. Daniel Berry Sports Highlight. Hello. I try to buy at the end of the season. I try to go to Dollar Tree and buy whatever herbs and seeds from there for the next year, because sometimes they may not have them out soon enough. So at the end of the year, I actually buy some seeds One year they had the seeds on sale for about 15 cents, and I bought gobs and gobs of them, and I used them for giveaways, seed swaps, all kinds of stuff. Like my meetup, I gave some away, and some at Jan's meetup. I think one of the baskets or something I put had some. But anyway, I got a bunch of seeds at 15 cents each at Dollar Tree. Of course, I know that there's not a lot, but Dollar Tree seeds work, guys. They still work. I mean, for your basic cucumber, zucchini, herbs, flowers, they work just fine. So yeah, Jan's giveaway is next Friday. I won't be there, but I did donate a prize. And if you are available to donate a prize to Jan's giveaway, send her an email. And if you're here, Jan, if you'll put your email in the chat, I'll bring that up for everybody. But if you have no obligation, but if you can donate a prize for that, she would love that. Hi, Lori. How are you? Lori's Journey. Welcome in. If somebody could put the link to Lori's Journey in the chat, that would be really awesome. She is restarted her channel, and so she needs some new friends on her channel. So if somebody would put up the link for Lori's Journey, it'd be this channel right here. Lori's Journey -H4 X. I think that's an exclamation point or an F. I can't tell. My vision is not. Oh, Jerry, I was going to tell you tomorrow. Jerry, next Friday, Jan's having a giveaway, 100K. Anyway, if you're interested in donating a prize, please email or text Jan and let her know. I'm sure she would love to give away some stuff. And Jan's really cool. She always supports everybody else's giveaways and donates toward them. So so that's why I'll mention it for her. So there's your announcement that I will not be live next Friday, but Jan will be having a giveaway. So there's all that. Still ordering from Rainbow Seeds. Yeah, because you're in Canada. Yeah. I did like their company, and the seeds did work really well for me. But yeah, they haven't gotten into Texas as far as I know. I really didn't buy any seeds this year. I got the survival seeds, and then I got those seeds last year at Dollar Tree, and I got some from the IBG seed swap. I really didn't purchase seeds this year. I pretty much used what I already had, and that was enough for all that I wanted to grow. I grew the basics, and the fancy stuff that I grew was the cucamelon. And then I do actually have one established Moon and Stars watermelon plant. I don't know if it's going to survive. I've never had any luck. And I'm thinking you probably have to grow that in twos, but I don't really know. I don't really know what plants need to be planted in twos or not. You finally have zucchini growing. Yay! Yeah. Not the best zucchini year for me. I had 5 plants, and then the vine borers hit. But I did harvest at least 12 or 14 zucchini before that happened. I pulled those plants out and threw them in the dumpster. Then I reestablished 2 more plants, and those 2 now are looking sick. So, and then the same thing happened with my butternut squash. They were okay, and then they were not. I reestablished those in the garlic. But anyway, they say if you wait till like July or August, you can still get a harvest of them, and the vine borers' eggs will have died and your plants will be okay. But I have struggled with squash this year, which I don't normally have a problem with. So I believe I'm done with the squash this year. I still got tons of pink brandywine tomatoes. There's quite a bit of green ones on there. I've actually pulled off 3 green ones and put them in a paper sack to try to ripen them. I don't want to pick any more than 3 because they might all ripen at the same time, and I can't eat that many at one time unless I'm making salsa or something. So I'm just going to try to be patient and let the rest ripen on the vine. Hi, Eric. They say it's good to pull stuff, though, because it tells the plant it needs to make more. So, and then my bell peppers are doing great, just like last year. Last year I had a really good harvest of bell peppers. I put up a lot of bell peppers in the freezer. Cooked a lot with it too. So that's awesome. But yeah, to make up Jan, lunch is on your tomorrow. Oh, lunch is on you tomorrow. You guys must be going to lunch somewhere. That would be nice to have someone close enough to go to lunch. That would be cool. Good try, Jerry. My nose is itchy. Took my allergy medicine today, but my nose is still itchy. But there's a lot of ragweed out there, and can't blame me for trying, Jerry said. But yeah, everything's going pretty well. Not perfect, but pretty well. My shishito peppers are growing really, really well. Cantaloupe plants look really good. I don't see any cantaloupe on them yet. I didn't really have enough room to plant a ton of vining plants, so I just did a little bit. And then the sugar pie pumpkins were gotten by the vine borers too. So I've just got... So I'm done with squash and squash related type plants this year. I'll just keep going on the... I might replant though the cucumber. I might replant the cucumbers and start some new plants. Clear out one of my areas over there where the trellis is, and I might start over on the cucumbers. Yeah. A poor YouTuber. We're all poor YouTubers, Jerry. Yeah, I'm not really partial or loyal to a brand of seeds. I buy Dollar Tree, Walmart, and Tractor Supply seeds. That's it. I think I might have ordered from In My Gardener once. But yeah, I'm not really loyal. I just buy whatever. Whatever. And I don't have really fancy taste either. Actually, I used to plant just regular beefsteak tomato, maybe some cherry tomatoes. That's about it. Now I have all these like fancy types of tomatoes, you know. But when I very first started, I just had boring regular tomatoes. Now I got all these fancy things. I'm actually kind of looking forward to getting out of the garden and doing back on the hydroponics. The one thing I'd like about hydroponics is it's kind of contained and it's easier to maintain, because in Texas it gets so hot. It's hard to go out there and get all the weeds, and you got to water. It's just, after stuff gets all grown up and crazy, it's hard to maintain everything. And it's at that point where it's just like chaos, like chaotic mess out there. And that gets on my nerves. So I feel like I'm constantly chopping down things that are dying. And it's just like this whole big thing, you know? So, you know, remember, I've been gardening since March, April, May, and half of June. I've already been gardening for 3.5 months. So Yeah, I've already been gardening for 3.5 months, so I'm getting tired at this point. Did anybody put up the link for Lori's Journey? I missed it if you guys did. I've got the pink Brandywine tomatoes and the evil olive tomatoes that I got from the IBG seed swap. I have those two varieties this year. I tried to grow cherry tomatoes in my 5-gallon buckets, but they didn't start. I feel really bad because I joined Matt with Outdoors with Big Matt or whatever. I joined his 5-gallon bucket challenge, and I can't update because I can't get anything to come up. I've already planted twice, so I don't know. I might go in there with third time with maybe a different kind of tomato and see if I can get anything to grow in those. But I can't update it because I wanted to try to grow cherry tomatoes in the buckets because it would be different from what I have. But yeah, it gets hot. You know, the lettuce starts to bolt. The cilantro starts to bolt. And yeah, things just start to get kind of messy. I know. I didn't know the pink Brandywine tomato plants were going to get so huge because I can get to part of the side. I can get to about half of it, but the other half I can't get to it to chop the bottom stems. But they are putting out tomatoes. So, I'll get tomatoes. There are some tomatoes on them, and I've already, like I said, picked 3 green ones to ripen inside. Thank you, Jamie. Sorry if I missed it. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Penny. Oh, yeah, I was going to mention, I have my members going across the bottom of the screen today. I just started that. I used to do that before, but I just started to do that again. So these are my 13 members on my channel, scrolling across the bottom. If you want to know who my members are, they're right there. That's my members. If it'll start over again at the beginning, I'll read them off to you. Okay, so, and some of these have been members for like about 13 years. About 3 years or more. My Alabama Farm Life, which is Kathleen, Heaven's Fire 18, Penny Ortiz, Butler Family Farm, Mountain Grandma, Simply Jan Homestead, Another Time, Ariel Viking Venture, Jamie's Country Living, Andale Homestead, Ann Philbeck, Peaceful Des, Joe Hupp, and those are my current members. And Butler Family Farm has been a member for 31 months. Jan has been a member for 20 months. Thank you, guys. I appreciate it. We'll get caught up next month. Yeah, I've been I've been trying to add lives from my members onto my playlist at night. So if you wake up the next morning and you see a comment from me, that means I had that going on a playlist. So I'll make a comment the morning after the night. And it does have some volume on it, so it should count on your channel. So if you see comments from me in the mornings, that's what that is. So I have playlists on both channels. Yeah. Sometimes it'll restart. Like if you don't have it on an automatic thing, it'll restart. So it'll say you're only a member for 3 months, but you've really been a member for 3 years. But somehow it just had a little slight gap, and so it started over. I've seen it do that with other channels. Yeah. anyway, happens to be. But yeah, I try to do I have some memberships that I do as well. And some established ones and some I kind of do them for a little while and then I turn around and do another channel for a while to kind of and I have a budget so I can't do any of the memberships that are really expensive, So, cuz I pay for all of the memberships out of all the memberships that I do. I pay for them out of my YouTube money. And anytime I do a giveaway, comes from my YouTube money. Postage stamps, postage for mailing things, all these kinds of things. Anything YouTube related, channel stickers, anything like that actually comes out of my YouTube pay. So I do still spend some of the money on myself, but I do put some of the money back into my channel for you guys. Oh yeah, may have. I'm just better, Jan. Oh boy. I wish I could get loofah going, but I tried it about 3 or 4 years and I was like, it's just not, it just doesn't work for me. I don't know. Something about my soil. Hello, Tamara Emmerling. Tamara Emmerling. I'll get it right eventually. But yeah, that's what's going on with that. So, like I said, next Friday will be Jen's 100K giveaway. I will not be live next Friday because I have church game night at church. So I won't be at the giveaway, but I'm going to donate a prize, at least one prize. So I hope you guys will go over there and support Jan and tell her. And she is going to be doing live tonight. She's going to be talking about the community of, I think it's called Stronger Together. I don't quite understand everything about it. I'm going to listen to it while I'm cooking dinner and I'll learn while you guys are learning. Close enough. Yeah. It is pronounced Tamara, right? Not Tamara. I've heard Susan say that from Butler Family Farm. But it's hard to remember. Just like Ariel, I say Ariel, but Ariel Viking Venture is actually pronounced Ariella Viking Venture. So I mess up on that too. Because in America, the way she spells her name is Ariel. But in Australia or wherever her name came from, well, however, anyway, typically the way her name is spelled is pronounced Ariel, like the mermaid character, Ariel. But from that movie, that kids movie, Tamara. Okay, I understand. So Jan's live will be starting at 6 p.m. So she'll be starting in about 15 minutes. Yep. And she is going to have at least one guest, maybe two guests on tonight. I don't know all of what they're talking about. I don't know all of it. But if you want to learn something about what it all is, then go and check it out. Might be a cool collaboration or community to join. So if you go over there and listen, you'll learn. Just like me, I'll be learning too, because whatever it was that happened at the meetup about this community, I missed it. So, yeah. And I am going to go ahead and end a little bit early. And I will see you guys not next Friday, but the next Friday. Please go over and check out Jan's live. Thank you guys all for coming in. I appreciate all of you. Have a good evening and have a great weekend.